are so excited today. Today, we have someone special here.
Yeah, special
So
guest.
we are bringing another special guest that is going to bring some value along with something kind of special that she's offering. So we want to be able to present that to you and just kind of show you the fun stuff there and just have some good conversation that we know is going to bring value to you and your family. So y'all stay tuned.
All right, guys, we have RaeAnn here. RaeAnn is, to me, she's famous for.
She is famous. No, she's not kind of. She is famous.
Well, I was going to say why she's famous to me.
Okay, we'll say why she's famous.
She has these space star impersonations. Is that what would you call them, RaeAnn?
They're my daily impression.
Daily impressions. That's where I found her, but she has so much more, and we're going to get into that here in just a little bit. But before we get started, you want to go ahead and just say hello?
Welcome.
Yes, and welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes, we are so excited for you to be here and so excited to kind of share kind of what is going on in your area and kind of what you have going on. So we're excited to kind of start talking about that. But before we get started, we always like asking our guests kind of your family dynamics. You know, we come from a blended family to where we both had kids coming into the marriage and never had kids together. And now our kids are kind of raised, right? They're on the, yeah, kind of, they're on the young adultish side now, you know, we've been together about 15 years. So we always love hearing kind of where you're at in your process, in your family.
Okay. My husband and I have been married. My husband, Aaron, we have been married for a little over 4 years. It was 4 years in October. He has two children from a previous marriage, Brinley and Isaac, who are 12 and 7. Before I met him, I actually struggled with infertility for 7 years. I went through a lot of treatments. I went through multiple losses. And when I met him, I knew that going into it, you know, there was a chance that, you know, we would never have any more children. And I know that he wanted them. And we really had a lot of discussions about that. And, so I moved from Indiana to Kansas, and, my husband and I got married in Chicago the day that I picked him up from the airport because we met on Instagram.
Oh, really?
That is awesome. So hold on just for a minute. So y'all were talking on Instagram, met and everything, and then y'all met in person and got married, or how did that work?
Yeah, we got married the day that I picked him up from the airport in Chicago. He came, he flew.
That's awesome.
He was on a trip in Texas, and he flew to Chicago, and I was going to pick him up. And that's the first time that we met in person. And then we got married. And then we went back to Indiana for a couple of days to, you know, get all my stuff loaded up. And then I was heading off to Kansas to live with him. And a week after moving to Kansas and after being married, I got pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, got pregnant. So then in November, we went back to Indiana to visit my family for Thanksgiving, and I found out that I was pregnant. So yeah, so we end up having, we have Brinley, Isaac, and now we have our little miracle baby, Benjamin, who is awesome. 3. So
boom. Wow.
That was a blessing right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on, let me back up just a little bit. So if y'all got married when you picked him up, that means like, I mean, at some point, like along the way, y'all just hit it off that you knew, like without a doubt, that he was the one. It wasn't like, let's just try this out, right?
No, we started talking on July 3rd of 2017. Right? Yes, July of 17. And then I moved to Kansas on October 27th. Wow. So it was just a couple months.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was just something,
y'all knew. It was like that love at first Insta. And
that first DM, actually the very first DM that we ever sent back and forth.
So did he message you first or you messaged him?
Well, it depends on who you ask. So since it's me, he totally messaged me first. Well, he liked 5 pictures in a row on Instagram. So obviously, like, you're in love. Like, why would you like all of my pictures if you didn't love me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I asked him in the DM. I messaged him and I said, you just like 5 pictures in a row. It's obvious that you're in love with me.
We're going to get
he
married.
said, yeah, well, he said, yeah, we're going to get married. And I said, okay, are you all right with the peacock feathers as the wedding colors? And he said, yeah, as long as we can add some hunter's orange in there. So
So y'all compromised very well together, it sounds like.
yeah, we had the hunter's orange in the wedding. That was it. Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Man, sometimes you do just know. Like for our story, we hadn't even met yet, and I had just been finishing up, like in the process of getting a divorce. And as that was wrapping up, I began to tell God, okay, like I'm ready to start like putting myself out there again. Who, what should I do? Who should I date? And then this guy had been mentioned to me months before, but they had told me like, oh, he's a good dad. His mom shows up to his daughter's softball game, so he must be a good guy. He has a work truck. So he's a hard worker, all of these things. And, but they're like, and his daughter's name is Riley. So that's perfect. And I was like, heck no, that's not going to work. So now I've never met him before in my life. Months later, I'm talking to God, like, okay, I think I'm ready to get out there. And his name just like pops in my head. And I'm like, what? And then I went to check him out, and we waited a little longer than you did. But, I'm just saying, sometimes you just know.
You just
know. Yeah, you just know. And that's how it happens. And there with my struggles with fertility for so long and having so many losses, when I found out I was pregnant with Benjamin, it was like, oh, okay. I mean, we'll write it out. And we had the conversation, like this may not, work out the way that we would like it to. And then it did. And here he is, a little Spitfire that lives off of pancakes and chalky milk and YouTube.
Oh,
I don't know how, but he's here and he's our miracle rainbow baby, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So
awesome.
God knew what he was doing when he put us in each other's paths. That's for sure.
Yeah, just kind of seeing y'all's Instagram and that, I mean, it's awesome, funny stuff. I mean, if our listeners, just following you and what you're doing is so funny. So I love that.
Will we get a Space Star impression?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
They just randomly pop up.
Do you keep one in your pocket?
Sign the contract? I can't just give away that comedy gold.
Okay, that's true. All right. So we don't know. We'll be on alert. But so kind of your family dynamics as far as, you are in a blended family. And what about are there the co-parenting? What's all that like? Or do you have all of the kids all the time? Or is it shared, joint? How do y'all navigate that?
Well, technically, Aaron and Dana, who is my husband's ex-wife, I call her my baby mama. Technically, it's joint custody. And if I remember correctly, because it's been so long since like we've actually done any of this stuff, 1 day a week and then every other weekend. And I think for the paperwork, it says that Aaron is supposed to take the kids back and forth to school in the mornings. I don't know, because we don't do any of that stuff anymore. If the kids want to come over every single day for the rest of their lives, even until they're, 45, that's fine. If they want to spend the night, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. If they want to come on the weekends, that's fine. Me, Aaron, and Dana have a very close relationship. We do everything together. So even, Wednesday nights is usually like our time that the kids come and stay with us. So Dana is actually going to drop them off tomorrow morning, and then she will stay. Like she usually stays, we'll have coffee, like we just hang out for a little while. And then like, if she has to go do something, then she'll just leave, and then she'll come and pick up the kids the next day or not. And then like they hang out for a couple more days. We just we don't really do like the boundaries. We don't do, they can come and go as they please. I mean, they're 12 and 7. So we usually just throw them the keys and like, here, go to your mom's. Don't leave the car on empty. Make sure you bring it back full. But yeah, we have a very, very fluid schedule with them.
So it kind of sounds though that y'all co-parent very well. Like y'all get along. There's not a lot of static, anything like that. And y'all, you don't have to lean on the court systems and things of that. It's just y'all get along and y'all work things out together, and y'all have a good relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't bicker. We don't argue. We don't even we really don't even like, we discuss things, but it's not like, can we or will you?
Yeah.
It's usually, hey, I have this to do. I'm going to drop the kids off around 8. Is that okay? And yeah, absolutely. Front door will be unlocked if we're still in bed and they come to their bedrooms. You know, we are very, very fluid with, you know, the relationships that we have. It's, I mean, we do everything together. We do holidays together. We do birthdays together. We do school functions together. I mean, we're just at Brinley's Christmas party all together, which kind of blows the mind of some parents every once in a while because they don't know who to talk to in certain situations. Because with this kind of dynamic, it's very new. A lot of people are not used to seeing all the parents in a situation, and they just, everyone, normally if you're a teacher, you go to the mom. You know, if there's an issue, you go to the mom. Dana actually works at the school system that our daughter goes to school at, but in a different school. So if she's busy, they'll contact her, and then they'll contact me. They don't contact Aaron because he doesn't answer his phone. He won't answer his text messages. He doesn't do that, you know. But it's, we're very, very open in a relational, in a family. We are a family.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
The 3 of us.
I love that. And I think, you know, just everybody listening, that's like something for us as a blended family to strive for, to be able to have that communication and everything. How do you think well, let me ask it that way. What makes it successful for you, for y'all to have those dynamics, do you think? What's a takeaway you could share with us and our listeners?
The kids are so much happier.
Yeah.
The kids are so much happier, especially when you get to our oldest son's age. He's 12. So he's at the age where he's starting to kind of come into his own person. You know, he has his own likes, his dislikes. He likes to just kind of go and be by himself and do his own thing. So it's easy for him to communicate with all of us if he's not worried about what his mom says that he can or cannot do at her house and what we say he can or cannot do at our house, because there is no difference between the two.
Yeah.
Where, you know, in better terms, nobody can get away with anything from the other parent. Nobody can mommy daddy us.
Yeah. No manipulation or anything
age,
there.
Yeah.
Yes.
At his age, that's really important because he's starting to, you know, test his boundaries a little bit. So you can't do that when you have 3 parents constantly like, well, what's Isaac doing? Well, he had an attitude. Well, all right, let me call him.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't really say that, Mom. I didn't mean it. Please don't tell Dad and Ray. Like, sorry, dude.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, because that is right at that age. That's when they, you know, and I remember being that age, of course. And, you know, those are the times that you're testing boundaries and seeing what you can get away with. And I come from a blended family as well. Kind of my parents had divorced when I was 15. So of course, by that time, I'm really pushing boundaries. and I was able to play both sides.
Yep.
So yeah, being in a blended family now, and as you're saying, taking that away because you have open communication with each other, that is so powerful, and it's kind of freeing for your kids as well. To now they don't have to do the manipulation. It's just the normal preteen, teenage stuff,
Yeah.
that you're working through together. So that's
And we
awesome.
also don't ever want them to feel like they can't come to any of us. We
Yeah.
don't ever want them to feel like they have to hide things from their parents, because like we're a unit. Like if you tell your dad something and you want to be like, don't tell mom, don't tell Ray, like, okay, that's fine, as long as it's not causing you harm. But we all want to make sure that we're supportive of all the kids and they can come to us whenever they need to. So
Yeah.
if we have the relationship where like we're all on the same page with, as far as like the discipline and things like that, then the other stuff will come too. They're not going to be afraid to come to us. Like if Isaac's at a party when he's 16 and, there's drugs and alcohol, we want him to be able to call his mom. And if his mom is unable to get there at that moment, she can call us.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
go.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just how we function. We are one complete unit. We're not separate in any way.
Yeah. No, that's
I love
awesome.
that,
And
yeah.
and yeah, we try to do the same thing with our kids, kind of whenever they were able to go with their friends and stuff. We're like, listen, we have a don't ask card. If you ever
Yeah.
get into a situation that you feel unsafe, call us and we will come get you no matter what time of the night. And we won't
Yeah.
ask any questions. We just want you to
Exactly.
feel like you can call us and not be in that situation. So
Right.
yeah, no, that's
And it's so
powerful.
nice that y'all can do that. Like, did that come easily and naturally for you guys, or did you have to work for it?
I when I came into this family, I didn't have to work for that. The relationship that my husband and his ex-wife had previously, it was a little rough. There were some things that had happened, before, that there was some trauma there that they needed to work through. And that's actually part of, what his book and those situations are working through right now. But I don't think so. I remember Brinley's 5th birthday party. And I go all out for birthday parties. Like she had a 3-tier
this one too.
unicorn cake. Yeah, yes, mom. Yes.
Yes.
She had a 3-tier unicorn cake and she had like 50 cupcakes and she had all these friends that came over, and I was like 7 months pregnant with Benjamin. And we knew that for a 5th birthday, like that's a big deal for a little girl, so I wanted to involve her mom, which was kind of a weird thing, for my husband and his parents. Like, wow, she's going to come into our home that used to be their home and be at her little girl's 5th birthday party that another woman has put together for her. But I thought it was important that she be here for that.
Yeah.
That she had that experience with her mom. All of us together got to be at her birthday party as a family.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I remember distinctly about, like, it wasn't hard for me, just because I knew that I wanted to have her mom involved in as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that with my parents. Like even with my step parents, I didn't have that. Even now, like my mom and my stepmom can be in the same room after, gosh, I think my parents have been married for like 25 years, and like they can actually have a conversation together. But for a really long time, my mom and my stepmom really didn't have any kind of relationship at all.
Yeah.
So I didn't want that.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
didn't
think
want that for our kids.
when I think that's powerful right there, just you, because I think it's so easy for any step parent, right, per se, to come into a situation, feel like you have to fill a gap, or that you have to be you have to put yourself up on a pedestal that way that, everyone will think of you this way. But being
Right.
able to take yourself down out of the equation, put yourself in everyone else's shoes,
Right.
especially the other parent, and include them. There's so much power in that. Whenever we can get outside of ourselves, think of others, bring them in, and make them feel included. Yeah, that is powerful right there. So Man, what a
I couldn't
phenomenal job.
imagine not being at Benjamin's any of his birthday parties. Like I couldn't imagine that. Like
Yeah.
it breaks my heart to think that, Dana would have missed out on something that is that important to all of our kids. So
Yeah.
of course it wasn't even a thing that you thought about. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, Dana's coming.
Yeah.
And
And
I love having you on to get that different perspective, because that's not everyone's. Everybody I think would like to have that
Right.
type of relationship, but it's not always possible. And like for us, his ex-wife was in another state. And I remember Riley, we threw her a surprise party when she turned 21.
Yeah.
And that was the first time she had all of us at the same
Yeah. She actually came down and everything. It was like this big surprise and stuff
for
like
a
that. So-
birthday party. I mean,
for a
we'd all
birthday
been
party.
in the same area, like for drop-offs and stuff when we've met halfway, but for her to go that many years, and that's just not everybody's story gets to have what y'all have been able to do. So it's amazing. And that's why and we're going to get into that next, but you have taken all of this and created a children's book, right?
Yep.
And so when I read through the book, that's the perspective that I love, that you're co-parenting with everybody is just so beautiful. And it's like, I want more people to see that and see the possibility in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
kind of share with us what was your heart behind the book?
About a year or so ago, I have never even thought of writing a book ever in my entire life. Now, I did not grow up like that. I don't even remember going to an English class in school. That's how bad it was. I'm sure I did. I didn't skip school, Dad. Calm down. Don't worry about it. About a year or so ago, I just woke up one morning and God kind of just, it wasn't even like, he didn't put it on my heart. He didn't, speak quietly to me. It was like the book. This is so new to people that they have no idea what this can look like.
Yeah.
You have been given this opportunity and you have been blessed with this amazing family dynamic, this amazing family, that more people need to see this. So I had thought about writing it from like a young adult, like a basically like Isaac's age, so 12, 13, and making it like a chapter book. And then thinking about it, that age is a lot, it's advanced.
Yeah.
That age is advanced. So they have a little more feeling with it than, young kids do, like our daughter Brinley.
Right.
It's still sometimes it's difficult for her to differentiate between mom and Ray.
Yeah.
I remember we were at the zoo one time with her class and someone asked her, how many moms do you have?
15.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that you're not cognizant of as an adult, that little kids don't understand that. They just see and they're like, oh, but you're her mom, but you're her mom too, and then you're her dad.
Yeah.
So this was an opportunity to spread that awareness. Like the way that we have is I'm not the kid's mom. I'm not. They only have one mom. Dana is their mom. But I am lucky enough to be their bonus mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't call me mom. I would never expect them to call me mom. Even Benjamin sometimes he'd be like, Ray. I'm like, I'm your mom. I'm your mom.
Now wait a minute. There's a line.
Yeah, there is a line, exactly. But I just woke up one morning and I just decided to write it, and it just kind of evolved into a children's book instead of a young adult chapter book like it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I've tried to write different versions of it, and it just doesn't really flow. Yeah. So here we are with a children's book.
Well, I love that, because at that age, especially the younger ages, being in a blended family, it's harder for them to understand, right? Like you said, they're not cognitively there. There's that immaturity factor as well. They're trying to figure it out. They don't even know what they're feeling. And
right.
So, having resources that help walk them through that and help show them it's okay. So that's powerful. So tell us a little about the book. Kind of what is. Hey, we'll be back momentarily. Check out this announcement.
Are you tired of complaining about your blended family and you just want to start enjoying it? Scarlett and Randall here, and that's where I was several years ago until Randall and we began to start searching and seeking out solutions for our family. We knew that we wanted this to be a success, but we didn't know how to get there. So we began searching and finding different resources. So we created this Mom's Quick Guide to Blending Her Stepfamily. It's a 5-step process for blending success. We took all the things that we've learned over the years and we've put it in this one guide for you so that you can stop complaining about it like I was and start enjoying your family.
There's so much power whenever we actually start taking some of these steps. You see the momentum shift in your family. You see so much better results, more blessings. That's what we had found out whenever we started going through it, because things weren't working as good as we wanted. Things were okay, but we wanted it better. And whenever we started doing these things, man, we saw such a change. And we want that for your family as well. We want you to have this guide. It's 5 simple steps, 5 things that you can do that can help get you those results that you want. And right now, whenever you get your copy today, we're throwing in some extra bonuses just to sweeten the deal for you. So go get your copy with all the bonuses while we still have this offer going. The link will be in the show notes below. Now back to this episode.
Well, the book is just, it's called Just Us. And it's just the story of how, it's written from our oldest Isaac's perspective, but for like the younger kids. For some reason, I always go back to Isaac. He's my little soulmate. His dad is not my soulmate. Isaac is my soulmate. Isaac, he walked me down the aisle when we got married. So, it's from his perspective, this is my sister and this is my little brother and this is my mom and my dad and my bonus mom. And we do everything together. We go out to eat together. We do holidays together. And in summary, it's just, our family may look a little different than yours, but that doesn't mean that we love each other any differently.
Yeah.
It's just a cute little story of, it can look different. It can look different for your family. And even if it doesn't, that's okay. Because no matter what, your parents still love you.
Yeah. Yep. And I love that. I had actually read the book, and I love the fact that you're just kind of showing the 3 and the moms are working together, not against each other, and how much the child benefits from that, right? It makes everything feel normal instead of they feel out of place or something's not right. And I love that.
And I just love the perspective even of the color and just the bright and funness of the book. As a previous pre-K teacher, I just love children's books, and having more resources that make it seem okay and normal from a kid's perspective. Because if you were to poll the kids in the class, the majority of them are a blended family, but yet most of the books are still based on that nuclear family that you would typically see. Yeah. So for kids to just see themselves from that perspective and see what it's like to have multiple parents, and that it's okay to love multiple parents. Yeah. And I love, you were saying before that you don't see them as step kids and, this is my step kid or his kid or our kid or whatever but yet they don't call you mom. So that's interesting to me, because when you said that earlier, I was wondering okay, I bet they call both of y'all mom, but you're still okay with the fact that you're Rae, and that's fine. Yeah.
When Brinley was a little younger, every once in a while she would call me mom, and it would kind of shock her. She didn't get upset by it, but you could tell it's kind of calling your teacher mom.
Oh yeah.
Kind of
I've had that. Yes, that would happen.
Yeah. So she would catch herself, and I'm like, it's okay. I know that I'm not your mom, but if you call me that, it's okay. It doesn't upset me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't, it doesn't even hurt your mom's feelings if you call me mom. Yeah. And we've also talked about that too. Dana will call me and say, you're doing such a good job, mama. You love our kids. And even from her point of view, it's our kids, and I'm still mom. And that's just how it works with us.
Yeah, I love that. I love the unity, and man, to me, to be a child going through that, it it just takes all the pressure off, and it takes the pressure off of
Mhm.
feeling like if I love this person here, then I'm neglecting this person, or vice versa. That
Mhm.
we can see so much in a blended family dynamics and the stress that it puts the kids through. So
Yeah.
being able to break down those walls are just so big. And no, I love that. I love that y'all are doing that. I love the book. The book is just really relatable, and there's so much power in it to
Mhm.
share with kids
Yeah.
and to help them get through these. And honestly, I think it helps the parents too.
Yeah.
I
To-
hope so. I really hope so. That was one of the main focuses too, is, sometimes moms who are remarrying or dads who are remarrying really think about that. How are my kids going to react to someone else coming in? And even if people have been divorced for years, they still, if you share a child together, you still have that in the back of your head. And
yeah,
especially, in our society, people, that's still one of those stigmas that it- the mom and the new wife, like, really just, they don't get along.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
that's just what you have. It's stereotypical,
yep,
and I want to change that.
yes,
I would love to change that stereotype and that stigma around that relationship, because it doesn't have to be.
yeah. Oh, and I love that because it's so you hit the nail on the head. That is,
Mhm.
it's a stigma out there. You just feel like going into a situation, that's the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
And I love being able to take that, normalizing it, making it okay for
Mhm.
you all to work together. and,
Yeah.
and that's, I think that's the challenge that we all look and strive and want. So
And it's so selfless to be able to think outside of yourself. And I think once you get to that point where you can put yourself in the kid's perspective, I think it makes it a lot easier. I'm speaking from the biological mom that has struggled with that myself with my own
Yeah.
kids, and then us and our relationships with our ex-spouses. It's hard sometimes to want this picture to look a different way, and when it doesn't, then it causes this chaos, but then that's all projected onto the children and it's pulling them in different ways. So to be able to step outside of that, I wish I would have learned it a lot earlier.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
I wish my parents would have learned it a lot earlier too, honestly. Like, yeah. But then again, like, I wouldn't have had the experiences that I had that would have led me here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So you've shared so much already with us, but what is one takeaway, one piece of advice that you could give a blended family? Like what is like one win or one thing they could do or one word of wisdom?
well, my husband, actually, this comes from him. See, I told you he's cute and smart. I tell you, that man, he's my handsome bearded man. For that. But he had told me years ago, it was right after we got married. We were talking, I don't even remember what had brought this up, but he had said that no matter what, you should never talk bad about the other parent of your child. You should never do that, because no matter what, that other parent is 50% of your child.
Yeah.
So if you're talking bad about the mother or father of your child, really you're talking about 50% of your child.
Yeah.
So, and not to mention, like, don't ever say anything like that in front of your children. But my husband had said that to me, and it really stuck with me. You know, that other parent is 50% of your child.
Yeah.
So why would you want to speak like that about 50% of your child if you're ranting and raving
Yeah.
and really just talking bad about the other person? We just don't do that at all in our family. But that's one thing that really, really stuck with me, and it's carried me through.
Yeah. Oh, that is
Yeah.
such great advice. And I think we all need to hear that.
Yes.
Because it's so easy to want to, and we talk about this a lot because a lot of us are coming from divorce situations. So there's a reason why you divorced. There's already differences there. And it's so easy to focus on those differences instead of focusing on the positives. And as you said, that is their parent, that is your child's parent. So
I've actually had our youngest, she's 18, pretty much quote that exact same thing when I've said something about her dad, and that she has said that to me. When you say things about him and you feel that way about him, you feel that same way about me because I am half of him.
yeah.
And so like even the things that just, that he's late, picking them up or whatever. And
Like, oh, he's always late, or
yeah, he's always
it could be
late.
anything silly and simple, but our kids hear that, and they do take that. And so it's a real kind of pushback on us on how powerful our words are, and watching, what we're saying and what we're thinking, really. So yeah, no, that's powerful.
That's good advice.
Powerful. Good stuff.
So how can someone get a copy of Just Us?
Well, right now it's on pre-order. I'll send you have the link, I believe, or I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But it's pre-order on Barnes & Noble. Not available yet on Amazon. It will be available on January 1st. It is available on Apple, so iBooks.
Wow.
You can go
Okay.
now and
Nice.
pre-order it.
Okay.
And then it'll be automatically downloaded on the 31st.
On the 31st
And then
of
hopefully
January?
by March. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, January 1st, it will be available. It's open now for pre-order. And then fingers crossed, we'll have it printed and out the door by March.
By March.
We're working on a few things. So,
Okay.
but yeah.
So they can get the digital copy starting January 31st, you said? Or first?
January 1st.
Okay.
Okay.
It will be available. It's pre-order right now.
Okay. So all of the listeners, it'll be January. They'll fall within that window, so they can already go ahead and get the book digitally. But then the hard copy comes out hopefully.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. So we're crossing our fingers with you and everything.
We ran into some snags with formatting, and who would have thought writing a book and getting it printed, it would be so hard.
Yeah, all the little technical things, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why can't we just have an idea and it just goes and happens? And be so nice if it would. But awesome. So we are so glad that you did this and that you have this resource. We know so many families are going to be blessed by it. So we thank you. We thank you for sharing your heart with us here. Where can other people follow you? So we know you're on Instagram. Is that your main platform, or?
I'm on Instagram, RaeAnn.Childress.author on Instagram. Okay. My personal Instagram is Rae_Childress. You never know what you're going to find on there. I'm on Facebook as RaeAnn Childress. And then I'm also on TikTok, and my TikTok name is Aaron's Wife is Bad at TikTok. And I'm really bad
awesome.
at TikTok. Yeah.
But I could see that being really funny. So
I hope so. I mean, that's why I do it, just to make a couple people laugh.
Right.
So
yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and definitely go follow her on all of those. I'm not a big TikTok person, but I have got on there to look because you told me you were famous on TikTok. I don't really know how famous is on TikTok world, but I follow you on Instagram. I don't even know which account. Which one do I follow?
I think you follow both of them, I think.
Oh, do I? Okay.
I think, yeah.
Because I just see some fun stuff on there. So definitely go follow her on Instagram.
Yeah. You are hilarious. So we do thank you. We will put all those links in the show notes for everybody listening. So they will be there, easy clicks and everything. But get your copy. It is an amazing book. We've had the privilege to read it, and we just know that it's going to help. It's going to help. Like we said, it's a kid's book, but man, parents can get so much from it as well. So yeah, definitely. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for being here and just kind of giving the listeners just that value. Man, you shared a lot of good stuff today. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. You're the first adults outside of my husband that I've spoke to since Benjamin was born, probably. So.
Oh, hey.
You know how it is.
Yes.
You did good, and you didn't bust out into any impersonations or anything. You saved that for your Instagram.
No, I wanted you to
yeah.
bust out.
Let's see. I can give you a Yogi impression.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yogi?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yogi, the little green guy. Yogi. Okay, are you ready? Luke, you should listen to me more often because I tell good stuff that you should listen to me. That's it. Really good, right?
That was
Really good.
awesome. Yes, nailed it.
Yogi, he's the green guy with
the little
ears.
green guy, Star Wars, yeah, aka everyone else says
Space stars.
Yoda,
No, space stars. I don't know.
oh, Space
Stars.
Stars. That's right. You do space. It's not Star Wars. You don't even know what that is. That's weird.
What's funny is I am you. Like you're like Yogi, and I'm like, wait, what's his real name?
we were sitting there as we were looking through your stuff, and I know we're going on just a little bit. So but I'm dying laughing because I'm seeing the images that you're putting up there and how you're butchering the names, and I'm like, that is awesome. And she's like, is that really the person? Because she's not a sci-fi. She doesn't know.
A dude wearing a female's outfit, and she's pretending to be Princess Leia.
But not
Leah.
Leia.
I think it's Leah.
Leah.
Yeah.
And I'm not even clicking but I still think it's hilarious. That's what's funny is that for some reason I just think it's hilarious, and he actually gets it.
And I'm dying laughing.
That much funnier.
Good
My
job.
husband is waiting for someone that like is really, really into it to like send me hate mail, because that's when he says I'll know that I made it.
That is not Leah. That's Leia.
We actually
Yeah.
have some friends that are really into Star Wars, so I'm gonna start just shooting some of those over there to Instagram and be like, look, see what happens.
If I start getting the hate mail, I know I made it.
You start getting the
See?
trolls on
Then you
there
made it.
telling
You made it
yes.
then.
Yep.
You're awesome.
Fingers
And no, real
crossed.
quick, because I know we're over, but you said you started this for your son, right? The whole reason you started the whole impersonations.
Yeah,
on
it just made him
Facebook.
laugh. Like that's the whole point of, that's why do you have kids if you're not going to make them laugh at dumb jokes?
But like, is he a super fan? And
No.
so, oh, okay.
No, none of them are. Like, I think he's seen a couple of them, but no, he's not. No. No.
Well, that
No,
makes it
my
even more
husband's
awesome.
Not a fan. I'm not a fan. I knew that it would pick people off, so that's
I
Love it.
love it.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing today. Seriously, thank you for the book and just sharing that and your heart behind that. So we know that, like I said before, many families are going to be blessed by that. So you give us hope. You give us hope in co-parenting.
Yeah, what to strive for.
And yeah, just in parenting in general. So thank you. So, so, and I know this won't be the last time that we're coming together. So, but I know everybody here has gotten some value from this episode and has some great takeaways, right? See the possibilities in co-parenting, see how just taking yourself down from the equation and looking at the other parent and just being inclusive, right? Include them into what you're doing as well, and try to work together the best you can. It relieves the stress out of everybody, out of your kids, and man, it provides so much peace and harmony and unity and the feeling of belonging. So there's so much power in that, and we're so thankful that Rae, you were here to share that with us. So other than that, we love your heart, we love everything you're doing, and we will see everyone else later on the next episode. So bye guys. Hey, thanks for joining us today for another episode of Enjoying Your Blended Family. All the links we've talked about today, they're in the show notes below. If you've enjoyed listening, be sure to subscribe below. It's free and it lets you know when we have another episode for you to listen to.
And if you want to help us out, leave us a rating and review so that we can keep reaching more people. Until next time, remember to enjoy the moment.